and welcome to the first episode of Travel with Nicole. I am so excited to be in this podcast series and share my traveling tips and ideas with everyone. Traveling has always been a passion of mine since I was a little kid, and I absolutely love exploring new places. While traveling, I have learned so many different things about different countries and even about myself. This first podcast episode is all about why and where you should travel in your lifetime. Traveling really does help the mind and soul, and you can learn so much from traveling. There are also many different places that people should experience at least once. Also, make sure to listen to the end of the podcast for information about what the next episode will be about. When I tell people I love to travel, I always get the same response. Why? There are many different reasons why traveling is good for your mind and soul, and I will now go into more detail about 3 different reasons why you should travel. 1. Traveling changes the way you relate to others. If you grew up in a town with little diversity, you're probably used to doing things the same. That was me, and I was never able to experience different cultures until I began to travel. It is amazing how many different cultures you can experience while traveling. This taught me to embrace, not fear, experiences and relationships that were outside my comfort zone. 2. Traveling empowers you to take on new challenges. I am someone who is always afraid of taking risks and going to places that I'm not familiar with. However, after visiting Europe this past summer, I understood how important it is to take on new challenges. You realize you can do things you never thought possible. For example, in Europe, I was able to learn different languages and I even climbed a volcano in Greece. These different challenges made me realize I actually like taking risks. I am positive that taking on new challenges is something that you will love while traveling. 3. Traveling will create meaningful relationships. It is so important to create relationships with people while traveling. In Europe, I was able to meet so many people who were on the same tour group as me, and I still keep in touch with them today, so it's pretty cool. I met people from Canada, Maryland, Florida, New Jersey, and even Texas. Meeting people while traveling gives you a glimpse outside your hometown circle of friends, forcing you into new and refreshing perspective on things. As you can see, there are many different reasons why traveling is so important. It is empowering and it gives you a different perspective on life. Next, I will talk about where people should travel to at least once in their lifetime. I have been blessed to have been to so many different places throughout the world, and I will now share 3 of my favorite places that I feel like everyone should experience at least once. Number 1 is the Caribbean. My favorite place in the entire world is the Caribbean. If you are someone who loves going to the beach, then I definitely recommend the Caribbean. With crystal clear water and warm sunshine and all the ocean waves, what is there not to like about it? I really think that everyone should experience seeing the turquoise waters because it really is breathtaking. My favorite place in the Caribbean is Turks and Caicos. It is so relaxing and the locals are just so friendly. Number 2, Europe. Europe is such a beautiful country, and after exploring for 2 weeks there, I just fell in love with it. There are so many different places to go to, and the food is just amazing. If you are traveling to Italy in the future, I definitely recommend getting pizza and gelato while you are there because they are both delicious. Also, going to Greece is a must. Santorini, Greece is a beautiful place to visit, and there are so many different things to do. In Oia, Greece, there is a little town that is in Santorini, and it has a lot of little different shops and restaurants. So if you love to explore and try new foods, this place is definitely for you. Number 3, the Grand Canyon.
Ooh.
If you are ever in Arizona, you must visit the Grand Canyon. Being someone who is afraid of heights, I thought I would be afraid to go there, but all my fears definitely went away once I saw the Grand Canyon for the first time. This is also a place where everyone should visit once in a lifetime as well, because it is so historic and there's so much to learn about it. These 3 places are definitely ones everyone should go to at least once. I have been to all 3 and they are my favorite places to go to, and I really hope to go back to them all very soon. As you can see, traveling is so important and it really helps you learn new things. Experiencing new things helps you grow as a person, and you might even realize things you weren't even aware about yourself as a person. I hope all the listeners can tell how passionate I am about traveling, and episode 2 of Travel with Nicole will be all about how to travel on a budget. Everyone has different travel expenses, and I will go over how you can travel with a lot of money or a little amount of money. Thank you for listening to my first episode of Travel with Nicole, and stay tuned next week for episode 2. I will also end every episode with my favorite travel quote of mine. Better to see something once than to hear about it 1,000 times. Thank you for listening.